What's
Or
up,
welcome.
everybody? Welcome to the Big Brother Hogwarts reunion. Thank you so much for hosting us, Dustin. I believe we're on the Live Reality Games Facebook page, YouTube group, wherever we're at, broadcasting, not necessarily live from Hogwarts, but once you go to Hogwarts, it's always in your heart. So I'm repping my Slytherin today. That's my house. Shout out to Frank, Slytherin season 1 winner, and we will definitely bring our season 2 winner on here shortly. But I'm super excited tonight, and I'm so happy that you all joined in, tuned in, and we cannot wait to answer your questions, showcase elements of the cast, talk about the game. I've got some fun announcements at the end, so hang on tight if you're looking to learn more about season 3 and what that might mean potentially and when it might be. I know tons of people are interested in getting their hands into the goblet of fire to toss their name into the ring to compete for season 3. So we have a lot to talk about tonight, I think, Dustin, don't we?
We do, and a lot of people to talk to. We have assembled the vast majority of our season 2 cast with us tonight. Some folks, of course, couldn't make it with us, but we have some special episodes kind of planned out throughout the next few months to do a little touch base with them specifically and talk about some things that Bill doesn't even know about. I technically am the keeper of secrets. I have all the confessionals listed from season 2 on my phone, ready to upload and ready to reveal all the fun that happened on season 2. So this episode here, we will be kind of doing an overview of season 2 and overview of the Big Brother Hogwarts experience. It's not often we see a live reality game partner up with such an iconic literature series and produce this spectacular event. So that's really what we're here tonight to talk about with Bill and all of our special guests.
Super stoked.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe we're doing something to initiate the start of our call, right?
I think so too. We didn't really prep our guests for that. Should we have them take a moment and kind of just talk about it while they get stuff ready, or do you just want to take one production to production?
Let's do one us two, and then while they're listening from behind the invisibility cloak that they're hiding in behind right now, they can prepare their own if they'd like. And when they come on, we can welcome them however way we need to.
So this signature dish came apart basically from season 2. We call this technically a Lexi shot. Bill, what's the description? What's a Lexi shot?
Okay, so for those of you that were watching, you either know or don't know that Lexi played her first live game with Big Brother Hogwarts season 2. I begged her to play. She is my little cousin, knows nothing about Big Brother, knew nothing about Harry Potter. I was like, you're cute, you're bubbly, you're fun, people are going to love you. Just hop in the car with me and let's go. Lexi is 21 years old. So at the end of the day, when the kind of game paused and we all hung out and got to know each other and partied a little bit, I don't know who made the terrible decision, probably Peyton. This sounds like a very Peyton thing to have Lexi pour us our shots. And I'm a very big mixer person. Like I like to do a half of the shot glass with lime juice, the other half with vodka, or like a third or a fourth or whatever. When Lexi was pouring the shots, I mean, these things were overflowing with vodka, and you got what you got. It was rum, it was vodka, it was tequila, it was all the way up to the rim, it was all the way at the bottom. Who knew you were either going to be drinking completely lime juice or complete vodka? So she was our initiator of night activities. So Dustin and I would like to start our reunion with our own strong version of a Lexi shot. And everybody that's backstage, everyone who's coming on board, if you'd like to prepare your own Lexi shots, we are happy to take more throughout. Well, I'm happy to take more throughout the night with you. I don't know how much Dustin wants to do with his.
Thanks for volunteering me for a very rough night in the morning, Bill. So
I'm ready. And my Lexi shot is quite special because it looks blue, but it pours clear.
Wow.
Ooh, so that's very magical for Hogwarts.
Mine looks like Fireball. It is Fireball, and when it's digested, it's gone. So it's a vanishing thing.
There
So
you go. Well, thank you, Dustin, for hosting us. Thank you so much for helping us. This season definitely wouldn't be the same without you, without Angel, without Chris, without Peyton, without everybody, Tommy and Erica, Rebecca working from home. So this
and
shot,
without some of our viewers too, because Dina here is just wanting a Lexi shot as well.
let
So
Dina pour yourself a Lexi shot, more alcohol than Chaser, and you're in.
come join us.
So
So cheers to everyone.
Thank you. Oof. And I also brought my butter beer because why not?
Keeping it in the family here. Peyton says it looks like Fireball, and it is Fireball. So after Bill said we're taking more shots, I was like, I took a little one to save the rest for other people. So someone who is not unfamiliar with the Lexi shots and the partying aspect of any live reality game or anything, I think introducing our jury queen herself here, Erica. How are you this evening?
Hello, everybody.
So, Erica, you were in there for the festivities, the high drama, the low drama, the strategy, and stuff like that.
Yes.
How was our returning player from season 1 on this season 2?
Oh my gosh, I honestly had so much fun this season. I was able to let loose a little bit and have fun. We got stupid drunk, which was hilarious. Which, if y'all saw the jury roundtable episode, like by that time we was done. And I did have a couple of them Lexi shots, and boy, were they strong. Jesus.
They were good though, right?
They were good. They were good. I think mine was like tequila and like pineapple juice or orange juice. It was something of that nature, but it was so good.
Now, Erica, you joined us for season 1, of course, where, by the way, you voted me out, but we're going to get past that point. Bill, what were your thoughts bringing Erica back to the cast here in season 2?
There really wasn't very many thoughts at all. I was looking at the memory wall from last season, and for those of you that don't know, I hosted Big Brother Hogwarts for 7 seasons on Facebook, through Zoom, through, just like an org, like an online reality game. And that really kind of got me through COVID. I started it right before the COVID pandemic hit, and I did like 5 of the 7 seasons really during lockdown. So in the span of 2 years, we covered the plot line of all 7 books. And you spend so much time with these people online, watching them play in their DMs, figuring out how they're strategizing, that I didn't want some people's games to end the way that they did. And while a lot of online reality games out there just kind of regurgitate, Kat, that sounded really mean. I don't mean it in a mean way, but a lot of people play similar series over and over and over again, partly because we want to keep these things alive, and partly because, it's embedded into their DNA. This is their game. They love it. They keep playing it. I didn't want to keep using the same cast. I really wanted to keep it similar to Big Brother, where it's like a new shuffle of house guests every season. But I did want to prioritize someone from a previous season and kind of plop them in the midst of a new cast to see if maybe their opportunity would be better in a new version, or maybe worse, because sometimes I brought strong players in, sometimes I brought pre-jurors in, sometimes I brought flops, sometimes I brought strategists. And I went back and forth really about continuing this tradition of a returning player. And I just decided it wouldn't be Big Brother Hogwarts without a returning player. I mean, people go to Hogwarts for 7 years in a row as they learn skills that they need to cast magic and brew potions. And when I was looking at that poster from season 1, man, we had so many iconic people in that season. It was hard to figure out who I wanted, but my eyes and my heart kept gravitating to Erica, because Erica was hilarious to watch. She was a phenomenal player. She was always on the outs, but always on the in at the same time. So I wanted to see how Erica's game would be different. Would she be constantly nominated like she was in this season before? Would she make stronger connections with people? Because I think she did have a bond with her Slytherin tribe, or her Slytherin house, but I don't think they were necessarily too bonded with her via game wise. So it was zero questions in my mind. Erica had to come back. We needed that spice, we needed that flavor, and we needed that energy to bring a lot of these newbies, I think, out of their shells. And honestly, I think Erica delivered just like she always does.
And she delivered not only on her nails from last season, but this year, Dina says, on your outfits too. Erica, you're repping a little bit of Harry Potter stuff on you right now.
I had to bring back the jersey. Like, it just would not be the reunion without it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I got the call, honestly, to come back, funny story, I literally was in the hair salon. I fucking flipped when I got the message. But I honestly, like I said, I had so much fun. And I think the best thing about it was I was able, like season 1, like I wasn't guarded, but I had a little bit of a guard up. Like this season, I was able to like just definitely let loose, have fun. I definitely made more connections this go around than I did last season. I felt like I definitely played a better game because I didn't get nominated till episode 5 or round 5. So kudos to me. But honestly, like I couldn't have asked for a better way to like end my summer than with this game. Like this was absolutely amazing, honestly.
Now on the flip side, so Erica is our returning person for this season. We have a new player, never before to a live game before. Ray joins us all the way from the other side of the country, basically. So Ray,
Slytherin brother, hi.
Hey.
Hi.
So Ray, this was your first live game experience. Like, I have no idea how you found out about this random Big Brother game, Harry Potter thing, but you made it to us and you made a big presentation and presence at first, like winning some competitions here and there. What brought you here, and why should other people follow in your footsteps, I guess?
I honestly have no idea how I found out about it, and nobody believed me when I said that. They thought that I was like related to Bill, especially after the Lexi thing came out. But I think that I just happened to be friends with Bill on Facebook. I don't know, because all the gays are friends on Facebook. And I was living in Chicago at the time, so whatever, stars align. Anyway, so when I found out about it, I was still living in Chicago. When the applications opened, I had already moved to California, and I was like, well, this sounds really fun. I love Harry Potter. I love Big Brother. I've been watching since I was a kid with my mom. And I was like, screw it, I'm just going to apply. I had no idea what an LRG was. When I opened the application, like, how many ORGs and LRGs have you played? I'm like, I don't know what that is. So I just applied, and I ended up getting in, which I was super excited about. And then I was like, wait, I actually have to go play this. And I didn't really process it all until I got to the house that day. And I walked in the house, and all these people all knew each other from other orgs and LRGs. And then Antonio was the first person that I talked to, and he's like, so how many games have you played? I'm like, I've never played a live game, but I played a bunch of orgs. And he's like, oh, okay. And then I was talking to Tori and Lexi and other people that were already there when I got there. And then it just made me super nervous that everybody knew what they're doing. I'm like, okay, well, I've already come to terms with the fact that I'm going to be the first one out. And I wasn't, which was really great. So, I won that first veto. Otherwise, maybe I would have been the first one out. I don't know. But at that point, I was like, well, I guess I can win things, and I'm really enjoying playing the games. The comps were the best part of the game for me. I really enjoyed all of them, but it was such an amazing experience. I remember when I got on the plane Monday morning, I was just like, that was life-changing. I had zero idea what I was getting myself into, and I'm like, I made such great connections with people I otherwise never would have met, and it was honestly, like, all I can say is life-changing. When I got home, that's all I was thinking about. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, what an incredible experience. So worth it. I strongly encourage anyone who's even considering doing it to just do it, whether they're new to all of this or if they've done orgs for a long time and are waiting to try their first live game. Absolutely just do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's so nice. We usually hear people say how life-changing Survivor games are. I haven't heard too many people say Big Brother games are life-changing, so that means a lot. Thank you so much.
Of course.
So one of the first people you talk to, Erica, will come back to you later.
Got
Like I said, folks, we're shuffling through our guests. We have a lot of people in the backstage too. You mentioned one of the first people that you talked to was Antonio. So Antonio is here.
Hi.
What's up, Antonio?
Hello.
So having played these games, I would say like a mild amount, maybe even just a limited amount. You see Ray here. Ray is a total newbie to these games. You were the first person to talk to Ray. What, like, I don't know, what goes on your mind? You're like, ooh, fresh meat. Let's go.
So it was literally that. So gay man, like he walked in the door. I was like, he's fucking beautiful. I want to work with him. So I got up immediately and I walked over and I was like, hey, do you want a drink? And that's where it started. And then from there, it was just really like, I have to make sure he's working with me. And then, sorry, Ray, but you fucked yourself. And you were gone, girl.
So Antonio, you were notated as you have in your little bio right there, sneakiest player. Like, do you get fun in sneaky plays, or like, I don't know, like, I don't know. Tell us about your gameplay and why did you play a sneaky role in this game?
Yeah, this is really interesting because, like, I did not think that was the role you were going to portray.
Really?
I mean, like, your video, your application, just like knowing you were so bubbly and you were so excited and you were so passionate about the game. And then you get there, you're making all these moves and backstabbing all these people. And I'm not saying that wasn't fun to watch. I was just really surprised.
Okay. And thank you. So for people who know me in the org community, because I've been playing orgs for 2 years, right? They know, like, they see Antonio on the poster or on the cast, they're like, I'm a villain, girl. Like, I'm gonna say, just like I told you in my interview, I'm gonna say what I need to say to get these people to want to trust me, all while I'm sharpening the knife to get them out. And literally all the way until I went out of the game, that's what I did. No, the only person who saw through my bullshit was fucking Amber, because she put my ass on the block. That's it. And even when people saw me like, oh, he lied to so-and-so and so-and-so went out the game, but they were never, it still never fell back on me, because I don't feel, and my perception could be off at this point, but I don't feel like they have the numbers to get me out.
Well, let's ask somebody who tried to put you on the block, Ray. Like I said, I'll be back with all the other guests, but we do have the person that put you on the block here tonight. Amber is joined by Dawn, of course. Amber, why put Antonio on the block? Like,
honestly, I was completely willing to work with him. We both were completely willing to work with him. We were extremely interested. The minute that Ray put us on the block, it came down to that POV, and he went hard and he won it, and he didn't need to win it. All he had to do was just not win it, and I would have been so completely different about you. But we just from that moment, you knew you were sending one of us out, so I couldn't.
Yeah, and I understand. So for me, this was my second live game ever. My first live game was Synergy Season 1. And
was that your first one? I thought you had one before that.
No.
Oh.
Synergy Season 1, and there was 14 teams. Well, I went out 13th, girl. Like, I had no experience. I didn't win anything, nothing. And I had paid like $400, and it was just gone. So I had the opportunity, and I was like, I can win this. I want to win regardless of like the game. Even if I would have went out, I would have known to myself like I won something, you know. So that's what that was really for me. That was a personal thing. It was nothing game related. And then it was just too early to make the move, you know, like to take one of you guys off, because Ray told me right before then, he's like, well, if somebody comes off the block, I'm gonna put Stacy up. And I didn't want a Ravenclaw going on the block at that time.
Mm-hmm. So from Amber and Dawn, your perspective, you kind of have a larger array of live reality games in your repertoire, especially between the two of you.
Hold on before I forget.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. That would have still been the best thing because Stacy won. So that was 100% the right move. But anyways, okay, go on.
It could have been all Huntsville final, but you dropped the ball.
You're right.
All Huntsville final 3, and you dropped it.
Between the two of you, how was specifically your experience here at Big Brother? Big Brother Hogwarts is kind of a different experience from like a Survivor game, even a traditional like original LRG. It's a mix between the two. Amber and Don, kind of tell us about like why even veterans of LRGs would want to apply for Big Brother Hogwarts.
I mean, we had two completely different perspectives. You know, with me going out where I did, you know, like you said,
just got to hang out with us production for a while, Don.
Yeah, well,
like, we had a good time uptown.
Exactly. As an LRG veteran, I've been out early in games, and both times you get the opportunity to work with production and help with, you know, just help with their comps, and you still get, and at that point, you're able to make truly genuine relationships because I don't have to lie to each. We're not lying to each other anymore. Although some people do sometimes. It's weird, but I don't. After the game's over, I'm pretty much done with that part of the game. You know what I mean? So, but no, it's a lot of fun to be on that side of it, to watch the gameplay, to watch the people making their moves, and to see them try and use everything they can, try and get hints from production, people standing around, just anything they can to try and get information, man. They're trying to ask you questions and looking at Bill's face, you know, Dustin's face, man. And you know what I mean? It's just fun to watch these people try so hard to win a silly little game. And we just all have such a great time doing it. And like, you know, people ask why I do it, and I'm like, because it's fun. I don't know. I mean, it's so much better than anything else I could possibly truly be doing. So
I think for me, it's just at this point, I'm not walking into a community where I don't know anybody anymore. I'm going to know people. And I've just come to the fact, I've resolved to it. I'm probably not going to end friendships over a game. And if it ends my game over it, that's fine. I'll probably play another one. We're not playing for $1 million. We're playing for $1 million. You're going to see a completely different person. I will cut every one of you. But so I really just go to see people, hang out, have fun. And, you know, I'm competitive, so I do what I can, but I'm not going to end friendships over it.
And by the way, the biggest draw for me for BB Hogwarts was Bill Lucio, host of the game. I followed him for years on the orgs, and then I had an opportunity to be there, and I was like, well, I'm not passing that up.
Thank you.
And then I met Dustin, which was like totally ironic because I knew Kirk, but now I know Dustin.
And just randomly, we were in that little group chat, which, yeah.
Yeah.
And the same goes for you two. I mean, like, you are icons in the live gaming community. So to have,
I don't know how good of an icon. I don't know if there's a good one now.
oh, you are icons, total icons. So thank you for playing my silly little game.
Your game is adorable. I love it. It's great. I like the whole story that you have that goes with it, the decorations. And the comps are personally my favorite. They're more tailored towards me, so I enjoyed it a lot.
Well, what I like about it, having now played a Survivor game versus Big Brother, the Big Brother game, somebody said they're camping. I said, yeah, that's what I like. I want to play carnival games and have fun. I don't want to have to hold a sandbag, which I don't mind. I'll play the sandbag game. But, you know, when I go to a Big Brother game, I'm looking for more of a beer pong type of competition. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not looking to solve a puzzle.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? I don't want to work that hard. I'm trying to enjoy the weekend in this nice place, provided and meeting new people. So it depends on what you go to these games for, is my point to that. You know, there's a lot of different reasons people play. A lot of people play because they want to win. It's important to them. And then some people come in here and play, just be messy. Some people like just want to, they don't care if they win. They just want to play this great game where everybody remembers their name, you know.
That's not how I play. I play to change the course of the game. Yeah, I mean, you knew I was there at the end, but I promise it's going to be really hard to ever see me in the end of a game because the games that I play, I don't really want to sit up against that jury. So I'm probably going to tuck and roll out. You're going to see me on purpose, not go to the end of a game.
Man.
Well,
if given the opportunity. I haven't had the opportunity yet.
So on the game though, between me and Antonio, the thing that was caught me off guard at first was I was helping him. You know, me and Antonio were talking. I brought him over there, was showing him. But then I understood why he didn't do it. She was really mad at him. What he didn't understand is the one person that won't let something like that go is that one. I would have just moved on and been like, well, you got her, sorry. Because that's the nature of the game to me.
I could tell after that moment, like Amber, like she didn't want nothing to do with me, girl. The conversations were short. And you could ask anybody that's really in the backstage. I went around to everybody who was still in the game after night one. I was like, Amber has got to go because she's going to take me out.
So my one really good skill I have is I can read a game really well. And so this game just had me completely out of my head because I'm telling people certain things, especially about you, and nobody's like reciprocating it and they're not agreeing with me. And I'm like, but I know I'm right.
And you
and so am I reading stuff wrong? No, I was right the whole time. People just didn't see it. So you got something about you, I guess.
And see, that's
out
not
there a husband, so
you were the only one that was like able to see it. And even Dewan, like after the game, he was like, I saw how you like fucked everybody and I still trusted you. And that's why I said like you were the only person to see through the bullshit. The only other so, and this is completely off the cuff, but like the hardest votes for me out of the whole game was the double with Nick, Dewan, and Mike sitting on the block because I never wanted them. They could have been sitting against anybody else besides themselves, and I'd have voted the other person every time, right? And then the Kendra Lexi vote because I had voted to keep Lexi every single time until it was a Ravenclaw against her.
Yeah, I mean that was Dewan's bad. Honestly, it was a little bit my bad. I needed to put Stacey up and I didn't, but it was a lot of Dewan's bad. It was he used it on you, right? You were up there and he used yeah, that was.
So I did
in that fucking pie to try to win.
You wouldn't have stayed. You would have stayed. You wouldn't have gone anywhere.
Well, I just want to take back because y'all said that move like T took me out. Ray took me out because Ray made the move by telling him, "If you take me down, I'm putting Stacey up." He knew the exact person because at first he said Kendra, and then he said Stacey when that name didn't hit him like he hoped it would.
Ray made the right move.
He made the right move.
He didn't know
He
that we all
right.
knew each other. If you think that it's all an equal playing field and it's just Dawn and I in the game, that's 100% the right move to put us up.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, he just didn't have the same information that we had. When you come into the community, that's just part of it.
I gave people heads up for night one.
Now, Antonio has mentioned a very hard double nomination earlier. So we have two of those guests from that double nomination here, Nick and Michael. So both of them were brought out at the same time for eliminations, and we are joined by both of them here tonight. Bill, you mentioned Don and Amber are pretty much an icon here in LRG world, per se. Nick, I would count you in that same bat. Like, Nick, you host your own stuff too and everything like that. So, Nick, welcome to Big Brother Hogwarts Reunion. What was your thoughts about this series? And before we get into the double nom, like just general Big Brother Hogwarts.
Yeah, no, Big Brother Hogwarts was an amazing experience. I started watching Big Brother on TV with my friend down the street's grandmother. It was season 8 TV. It was Dustin and Joe in season 8 on TV fighting about who gave who chlamydia and it was or gonorrhea. It was just so funny, and I just fell in love, love at first STD, and I just really enjoyed the game. And then years later, I joined my first org for a Big Brother game, and I only did it because I had been in the group for a while. And the host was like, "Oh, this is the last season before All Stars." I was like, "Oh, how cool would it be to play All Stars?" I signed up there. But I had been waiting, and I finally found myself in LRGs, and that's how I kind of stumbled here. We've been waiting for a really good Big Brother game. Not to say that the other ones are not, but I've just been waiting. It's very near and dear to my heart. It's my favorite game to play. This was like my 7th or 8th LRG I played at this point, but this was my first Big Brother game. Just
to recap, Nick has a little bit of a connection thing, but Nick says this is his favorite show by far, better than anything else, like better than the real like Big Brother. Let's recap for our audience right there. So, Mike, you agree, right?
Absolutely. Also, I've been waiting to take my Lexi shot since this thing started. So,
another one.
Bill and I are ready to go. Like.
Cheers, Michael.
Cheers,
Michael. Dustin. Woo.
Nick, don't take a shot. That would be weird. You're driving.
Sample right there. So,
how about now?
Honestly, like better. But I just recapped everything you said. It's all right. So
perfect.
Michael, you have also had your toe in some live game stuff. Big Brother Hogwarts, how is that different, the same, or kind of your perspective from there?
So I'm not going to call out certain games, but I've played well, I can call it Real Foot. I played Real Foot twice. It was the most authentic Survivor experience I could possibly have, and I think Hogwarts was the most authentic Big Brother experience I could have had. So I really did appreciate this game, and it was so much fun. Like I always say that I'm not going to play games unless they're in Tennessee. And the fact that you guys kind of aligned and came to Tennessee was just so perfect. And I had so much fun. So,
Mhm. Well, we're glad you had you there. One of the most iconic scenes was you laying like upside down on the chair
Love it.
during.
I had a lot of people tell me that was cringe.
No, that was one of my
Opposite.
favorite moments of the whole season. Your speech when you were like, "Who else is gonna lay upside down? You should save me." Iconic. I loved it.
Awesome. Cool.
Michael was actually someone. Okay, I shouldn't say this, but I know that Michael can take it, so I'm just gonna say it anyways. I was actually quite nervous for you to walk into the house. You had this spicy attitude with you, at least in like our DMs, like in the production DMs and stuff. And I remember I was having a conversation with Peyton, and I was like, he's either gonna put me to work or really run this game. And I was nervous. I didn't know what. And then you show up and you are the sweetest, kindest, most compassionate person I've ever met. I think you're so friendly. You were insanely loyal to your alliance, and everything, no matter what was happening, you were just having fun, whether you were on the bottom or on the top. You were having fun, even up into the moment where you were eliminated. And I just want to say thank you, because I think a lot of people in the live reality gaming community and even the online reality gaming community trail their experiences behind them. And if they have one blow up or maybe they make one bad move, it's like their reputation. And you just have this kooky attitude to you. And I was like, I don't know if I can deal with this for a whole weekend. And you just blew it out of the park. I can't recommend you enough. If anybody's looking for like a phenomenal, I mean, all of them are phenomenal, but Michael brought, I think, this enthusiasm to the game that I'm not sure a lot of people in this cast matched. So,
and he has brought some fans with him in the comments here, like Danny
love you,
and
Danny.
Lang.
No, I think it's so like important to have fun with it. I've had a lot of bad experiences in games when I walked out and I was upset or like it didn't go the way I wanted. And like also those were like almost like 10 years ago, those experiences I had. So I came in as like a completely different person where I'm just like, I'm just here to have fun. And I'm here to play the best freaking game possible. I'm here to make friends. And it was a really good time. Like I think you put it well. Like I think oftentimes in the past I put a lot of pressure on myself to do well and walk out as the best or the most entertaining. But like I just came there to have fun, and I didn't win any competitions, but I made it further than I've been in any game. And like just being a part of it all 3 days, it was just a blast. I really enjoyed it. So
Michael,
I'm glad it was visible because I really had fun.
it was
a little off topic. But our goal for like Coco Pellet, the other series I work with the Adventure Gaming Group, to have fun is our first goal. And I think like Big Brother Hogwarts is what like drew me in after season 1. Like Bill and his team were all about having fun, and that is what I was all about. So I'm glad you saw that too.
Well, what's crazy? Well, I just want to say real quick, it's weird that like you called me kind and compassionate, and because I feel like Bill, I feel like I spent so much time being grateful to you for the experience you provided. So I felt like I treated you differently than I treat a lot of people. So a lot of people are gonna be like, wow, he's kind. I don't see that. Because I like to troll and like give people a hard time a lot of the time. So I don't know. I guess you're special, Bill.
I mean, I wasn't with you all night long, but I was with you a lot. And like, even in moments where like you should have been heated, I didn't see that. I mean, maybe you were going in other rooms and you were being heated in other rooms. I mean, I know you two had your own little thing. And that was a little heated, and that was like, ooh, and then you got paired up for that was fucking so funny. Can't believe that happened. But I do want to say there was almost every day. It was like every other day, at least 3 times a week. Michael would be in his production DM being like, getting my morning coffee, thinking about how I'm going to win this game. on my way home from work, super excited to win this game. Just watched an episode of Survivor. Can't wait to be crowned the winner. And James did that last season. Every day he was in his DM, I'm going to win, I'm going to win, I'm going to win. And James made it all the way to final 2. And Michael, you made it to final 5?
Yeah.
So I think there's something to be said about like that mantra, right? Like you are the one in your DMs that was always like, I'm so excited. I can't wait to play. I'm going to knock this out of the park. And you made it so far. So to say that your experiences were like 10 years ago, you still got it, boo. Good job.
Well, here's the I like to do that, like even when I'm playing like online games or whatever. I like to like manifest it because most people don't remember those. Like when you say, "Oh, I'm gonna win," like people don't remember when you lose. But when you actually win, I can go back and be like, "I told you I was gonna win." And I just want to say, Nick, like I don't think it ever got too heated between us because what's weird is we had an interesting journey, and I'm curious to learn from you because I felt like I was your person at the very start.
You were, Michael. I was gonna chime in. I was gonna say, I felt so one of my things. Okay, I have a few things in games. First off, I never like to play that strong up front. So winning first HOH, wild. I never ever liked that, but I felt like I had to at the time because it was the last one to come in. So I was like, well, I better do this. But my another like little strategy of mine, I just pick someone that I think is not maybe as connected or somewhat just a newer person to me or something, and I just put all my eggs in their basket. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. And I picked somebody in this game because as Bill was giving his spiel at the beginning, I was already playing, I was already searching, I was already panicked because I was gonna go home first because I walked in like 20 minutes before we even started the game, and I saw the little power behind Bill. I had peeped it already. I was like, I'm gonna get this shit, whatever. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a friend. So little old Michael sitting next to me, that we were laughing and jovial the whole time. I was like, hey Michael, can I tell you something? And I tell Michael about it. A few of us are looking, and then we're looking at the memory wall, and then we all like we're done with the memory wall, and I was like, oh my gosh, wait. And I'm not very good at stalling. So my thing was, look at the colors. And I got everybody looking again so that Michael could grab the damn power. So Michael got that first power. We were kind of in cahoots on that.
Yeah,
Michael, what was going through your mind? Like your heart had to have been racing. Like you were going to grab it. You weren't going to grab it. What were you thinking in that moment? Because not a lot of people saw that. And I made that so obvious. I mean,
obvious.
We moved that around all day. And then finally we were all sitting there as production. We were like, let's prop it open so they can see the card. Like I wanted someone to find that. And I was shocked that someone didn't just walk right up and take it.
Well, I'll tell you, from the second he told me, there was no way I would not grab it. I don't care if everyone saw me. It's kind of like the same thing I said before. It's like, I'm here to have fun. This is like a moment for me in the game. I'm not grabbing that thing. So I was lucky that Nick was able to distract everyone so I could get it. I will say a funny story is that, you know, when I saw the card and it was in the frog box, I was like, oh, so they all come in a frog box. So he's got like 100 frog boxes. It doesn't matter if I just grab this thing and crush it and shove it in my pocket. Because like otherwise, like how am I going to sneak that thing away? I didn't think to just take the card. So I did make amends to Bill for his frog box.
That's okay. I'll buy a new one. I just had that one in my car for like so many years. When I saw it squished, I was like, oh, my life squished to one flat box. But hey, squish away. If that's what you got to do to hide your power to make it all the way to the end, go for it every time.
And
that kept you safe.
Speaking of some powers, Dina does a quick shout out to Nick. Great job on the memory comp. And then Heather Wakefield is watching as well. She, I don't know, is squishing eggs. I have no idea, but
she's so stupid. I love her.
Bill, you've been drinking your butterbeer and probably feeling pretty good. We have a comment of a long lost Hufflepuff in the chat here. Nikki, as you saw just last weekend.
Yes, it was so good. If you are looking for something to watch, go onto the Survive page and watch it's like the best streaming show on Facebook, on Instagram. I mean, I had a ball. Thank you, Nikki, if you're still watching, for welcoming me onto the production team. I've made so many friends. Your game is iconic. I'm so lucky that you were in my first season, and it was wonderful to kind of return the favor and help you out. So if you're still watching, love you. Everybody needs to apply to Survive and Big Brother Hogwarts. And you might, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but you might see some Survive surprises in season 3. That's all I'll say.
Interesting.
I know nothing of these surprises at this moment, so no wonder Bill was like, "We need to have a meeting pretty soon." So
Not Survive Hogwarts. Oh my gosh.
oh dear.
Ooh.
But someone that maybe has not survived Hogwarts as much as Nick and Michael, which we'll get back to in a moment. One of our earlier evicted house guests is here joining us as well. Benji, a first-time player coming into the BBH household.
Hello.
Benji, we kind of wrap this with Ray and everything, but from your perspective, you've never played a game before. Like, this was a brand new thing for you. Like, what brought you here and how did it go for you?
Well, I've been around the org community around as long as Antonio, about 2.5 years now. And I really wanted to challenge myself. I've watched Ascendance and watching everyone playing live. And I'm like, damn, I want to do that. So once Big Brother Hogwarts came around, that was my kick in the ass to be like, okay, you take 100% of the shots you don't fucking take. Go take this one. As far as how I went, I think, at least from my perspective in the house, I started great. I'm a big social gamer by heart. I think I started a little too slow, and with others being a little more well connected than I am and being taking a bit more to get out of my shell, I think definitely tanked me a little bit. I don't have any regrets with how I played, with how I voted in any way, shape, or form. And ultimately, I got out of the experience what I wanted out of it. Even though I was out early, I still, with the other evicted house guests that came around, I wanted to make sure I got to know everybody. That was the second half of the reason why we came here anyway. So if I were to be down and out about going out during the double, then I would lose out on the other half of why I came here. So.
Well, it looks like throughout the game, or maybe some of your org experience, looks like you have a friend in the comments here, Haley. So a little shout out to you, Benji.
Hi, Haley. Oh, love you, girl.
Bill, from my perspective, I always garner a special place for people that come out to do a live game for the first time. When you saw Benji apply for this game and Ray too, some of these newer contestants, what does that mean for you as a host, for new people kind of trusting you in this position?
You know, it's a lot of pressure, but in a good way. I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but I do feel like I put a lot of time and effort and creativity and energy into my game. I really want to immerse people in the wizarding world. And when I see so many new people apply, my goal is get them into the community and keep them in the community. So as I'm planning my game, you know, obviously I plan the game ahead of time and all of that stuff. But when I realize how many new people are in the cast, my goal is like, yeah, the vets are going to have fun and they're going to make this their own. But I need to like make sure that the new people feel included, that they get just as good of an experience, that they have a chance to, you know, win something. So I don't want to do super, super iconic org or live reality game competitions that only the vets are going to know. I try to level the playing field, at least competition wise. I love bringing new people into the game. Every single season on my online version of Big Brother Hogwarts, I have my org children. I know Marvin played my game for the first time, and that's how Marvin got introduced to the org community. So many newbies in this season of BBH Live, a couple of newbies from last season. So I try to kind of present these opportunities for all these new people. But God, it's like, I just want there to be more of us. So it's so awesome to hear that even though you went out early, you had a great time. Benji was like an auto cast. I think when we all pulled up the applications on production, we were like Benji, and we were just like, yep. And we were like, all right, move on. Like, we didn't even have to talk about Benji at all.
An
We were
amazing
so
Hufflepuff. You
excited.
did a great job. Don't you worry.
I
Total-
fucking tried.
Total great representation of Hufflepuff. I mean, like, everybody in the game loved you. I mean, people are saying in our backstage chat that this was one of the hardest votes. It was one of the earlier votes. So to hear that this was such a hard vote so early on really says something about not only how you played, but how you carried yourself and the connections that you made. And I know that you were one of the few that hung back and hung out with us at Nashville. We had a good time kind of going to the honky tonks and stuff. So it was awesome to get to know you a little bit more through that. But like, games that are casting, reach out to Benji. Benji's amazing. We loved Benji.
Seb says favorite Hufflepuff.
Aww.
Clearly they didn't see season 1, but that's okay.
Listen,
I gotta represent O2, okay.
During that double, I worked my fucking ass off.
I know.
Oh, and listen, Antonio on the side was like, "Girl, don't worry, you're safe." In the back of my head, I heard that record scratch. Going, what the fuck? What you mean? No.
We got a little fight between you and Erica, perhaps. Benji best dressed. Somebody said Erica was best dressed.
Oh.
So,
I mean,
Yeah,
I threw a
Benji
shot on, but
brought the
thanks.
Hufflepuff every round.
Oh, I go hard for the soil for the people that I am loyal to and care about. Till I die, I don't give a fuck what it does to my game. It shows that if you fight for me, I'll fight for you, and if not, then if I get well, anyways, I didn't get to do that half. But all in all, I love this cast. I love everybody from production, every single person I've gotten to meet. Y'all have a piece of my heart, always.
When you got home, I'm interested, and we don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but what did your partner think? Because you were kissing your ring a lot during the game, and did they think that you were just like crazy and dumb for going off and doing this, or how supportive were they? Because I was in a relationship in the past where, you know, my ex was not supportive of my live reality gaming obsession and and it's hard to be like a gamer and date or like love someone because you're constantly devoting your time to these games on weekends or to your nights on org. So what was that like coming home? You got to see your person again after a weekend without them, and they probably weren't, you know, invested in this either.
No, absolutely not. No. He supports me in every single thing that I do. Love him to death. Always will. My person. He was watching, mind you, he was watching every single live. Anytime I got my phone for 15 minutes, I got paragraphs of text messages and pictures from the live, even down to finale night. So even though it's not his thing, he supports me 100%. And just getting to see him when I came home was the icing on the top.
But maybe it could be his thing. I don't know. Boyfriend, partner.
I've taught. Listen, I've tried. I've talked. I've asked. I don't know. But...
Bill is starting all the rumors for season 3 already, Benji. He's getting into it.
I'm a little unhinged with my Lexi shots and butterbeer here. So.
Yeah. All right, Benji, we're gonna cut from you real quick, and then we're going to bring 2 people up that really made it to the end of the game. Like, these are our finalists. So, unfortunately, our second place person couldn't be here, but we are joined with Stacy and Tori. So, welcome you two as our finalists.
I love it.
It's an option that you can use here in Steam.
It's StreamYard, yeah.
Whatever.
I'll be right back. You two get to talking.
So we have Stacy, of course, winner of season 2, Big Brother Hogwarts, and then Tori as well for 3rd place. Those ducks were not in your favor, Tori, at all. Oh my gosh! So
yeah, I don't like ducks.
Not to relive the nightmares. I'm sorry to bring it up so quickly. But both of you had a little bit of dabbling in live games, Stacy. I would say more than a little bit, maybe like a whole compound of like a whole lot. But Stacy, this was one of a different game that you got to play. You typically play like Survivor style things. I mean, you're not opposed to playing other games, but as a true veteran and an icon, as you've been awarded to, honestly, from other series and stuff, how was your reception of playing Big Brother, or why would you want to play another Big Brother game?
I just like the whole live reality game experience, and I'm a Harry Potter fan, so live reality game, Harry Potter, they kind of just like squish together nicely.
I know Bill had such a great idea to bring the two together. And
Yes, so I was
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, I really want to do this. I think I applied for season 1 as well and didn't get cast.
Wow, I was not on the casting committee for that, so I have no
Yeah,
idea those secrets.
I think we'll have to confirm with Bill, but I feel like I applied season 1 as
There's all the
well.
butterbeer he had to go take care of that. So,
But hey, no, I mean, I feel like the season 1 cast, I would not have done well. So it was a bit of a blessing. But yeah, no, this was my 24th live game and my 3rd Big Brother game. So
Tori, yes, 24.
yeah. I've been around the block a little bit.
Tori, comparatively, your live game experience.
I started last year. Last year was my first one. I did Survivor Angelica. Got 6th place in that one. And then I went on a tear this year, I would say. I think Big
Some
Brother
folks do,
Hogwarts.
some like one after another, right?
Yep, one after another, one after another. I was supposed to do one right after legit 2 days after I left Nashville. I was supposed to do one, but as y'all know, I got hurt there. You know, Stacy tripped me down the stairs and I hurt my leg. I'm lying. But I did get hurt, so I had to pull out of one of the games last minute. But yeah, I think I did 4 or 5 this year. And yeah, I became a live reality game whore. But I keep getting close. I just can't get to the finish line. I just can't pull it off. But I love the community. I love the people. And I just got to give a shout out to Mike. I'm sorry. Mike is probably one of the best human beings I've ever met. And
we got Mike right here. Bill's off stage.
Yeah, there he is.
So,
Tori,
Mike, there we
why are you blindsiding me like this?
I didn't know. I have no idea.
He's family man. Like, we connected right off the bat. I just hate that I already had like this deal that I was going with Nick to the end, and I really, 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 really wanted to work with Mike, and it just hurt me so bad that I had to pull the plug on him. But he really is a great guy. I love him to death. You too, Stacy, everybody, but Mike just has that special place in my heart.
All right, Bill is back here. Bill, welcome back from your little butterbeer break, we can say. So
I had to take my pizza out the oven.
Oh.
Or it was gonna get burnt. Can't burn the Chicago deep dish.
All right. Thoughts about our finalists here?
Thoughts about our finalists? Are we doing a Lexi shot? Did anyone prepare one? I'm ready for another one.
No, I just have tea.
I gotta work early.
Doing a tea shot.
I'll do one.
Do it for me, Bill.
There you go.
Yeah.
They're working on this one.
There's my Lipton shot.
So Tori was someone that I was super interested in casting from the get-go. Tori, kind of like Mike's, excitement in the DMs was just so much fun.
I think Tori was maybe our biggest Big Brother fan as well. Like,
yeah,
Tori was like instant cast for me. Like the info you had on, like even your profile picture, I think I stalked you on Facebook for a hot second, was like Harry Potter themed as well. Like,
yeah, and it was really funny because like Tori applied for this game, and then I think I like saw Tori play maybe in an online game, maybe in a live game before, but not so much. And then like I'm just like, man, where did this guy come from? I'm totally rooting for him. And then just to see you like right off the bat, just be so well, at least from my end. I don't know what it was like on your end, but you were just like so connected immediately. You had power often. I think you found 3 of the 4 powers, if not all 4 of them. I can't remember like what you found versus what you didn't find. But like I remember in our production chat, people were like, Tori found another one. Tori found another one. Payne's like, Tori found both of the frogs. And I'm like, Jesus, how is this person so good? And then after I casted you, it was like game, game, game. And then I was like, oh my God, everyone's going to think that I like stole Tori from them, blah, blah, blah. So whether or not you knew that you were in all of these games before you played mine, it was awesome to see you play. And Stacy, you're someone who I've been friends with for a while. And we had just come off playing a Survivor game together, Dustin's Coco Pele game. Which I was really nervous about because Frank, who was our season 1 winner, was on our tribe with us. And I was like, man, these people are going to target us both because like I'm the host and he's the winner. I'm not sure if those conversations were happening at camp, but it was just so awesome to see you also be super connected. I mean, I know that you know a lot of people in the community, but like your name didn't come up for a while. You won literally when you needed to every single time. Like if you did not win this competition, you were either going home or going out. You won the double eviction competition that you like probably desperately needed to. You won that final 4 purge and you got to pick someone to take with you. So like Tori was really socially connected and also really competitive, like had a lot of hands, like puppet mastery, but you kind of, while Tori was a little bit more forward with the game, you were a little bit more in the shadows, but also not. So I'd like to hear both of your perspectives on like who had more power. Did Tori have more power? Did Stacy have more power? Did Kendra have all of the power? Because the two of you were, I think, really deep in the major dominant alliances that kind of ran the game. I'm pretty sure you two were either in them together or separately and then merged towards the end. So talk about your game a little bit. How'd you get where you needed to get? Did you two align together? Did you not? All of that fun stuff. I don't know what happened to Dustin. I hope he comes back. I don't know how to bring him back.
No, I'm right here. Don't worry. I didn't go too far. So
you want to start, Stacy?
Sure. Well, I want to say from the beginning, like the Ravenclaws all discussed sticking together. And then I had talked with Antonio, and he said he was very close to Michael. So we wanted Michael in there. And Kendra said she wanted Tori in there. So that we had that 6. I would say pretty much from the jump, that was the 6 that I considered my core alliance. But then as the game progressed, I also had one with Antonio, Michael, and Dewan like on the side because we started getting nervous that Kendra and Tori would never take a shot at each other. So we had to do like have our little side gig over there. But yeah, for me, those were the two alliances that I worked with. I really wanted to work with a lot of the newer players, but the way they ended up on the block, with the whole Benji and Lexi together, because I wanted to work with both of them. In fact, like night 1, I think we were sitting on the back porch and I was telling them both, like, I want to work with the two of you because I like to work with people that I don't know. And then they end up on the block together. So, that was kind of a crappy round, but
for me too, as her cousin sitting there watching her get nominated round after round after
yes
round.
Yeah,
Like it's okay, she's gonna be fine. And I'm like, oh, I just want her to have a good time.
Yeah, and she was fine until she was up against Kendra, who was in my big 6 alliance. And so yeah, at that point I had to no longer save Lexi.
So you two were aligned pretty much from the beginning.
I feel like, I don't know, Tori, you may have a different perception on it.
Yeah, I felt we were aligned from the beginning. I was definitely aligned with Nick. Like I said, Mike as well. I felt I was making too many good connections. Slytherin, not so much. I know Erica pulled all of us in a room like soon as we got there and said, hey, we're working together. This is what we're doing. Immediately, I knew it's what I did not want to do. I did not want to work with just Slytherin. I knew people that were already there. I knew I wanted to work with Kendra. I knew I wanted to work with Stacy. I knew I wanted to work with Nick. I knew I wanted to, talk and branch to other people. I just did not want to work with my house. So that's why eventually I targeted her. Sorry, Erica. I love you. But I try to play an honest game, as honest as I can. I don't like doing the backstabbing too much, and that's probably why I can't win, and probably I won't ever win, because I'm not that dirty of a player. But I come to do these things to have fun. And like Amber said earlier, if we're playing for $1 million, then it's going to be a totally different game. But we're playing for $400, $500, $600. So I'm here to have fun, make friends at the end of the day, and yeah, like I'm happy. I'm happy Stacy won. If it couldn't be me, I would have been happy if Kendra won. Um, I know she's not here, but if it came down to it, yes, I would have cut her. I know I already said that. But sorry, Kendra. I know it hurts to hear me say that, but yes, I would have cut you if I had to. Nick was the guy that I wanted to take all the way to the final, because I didn't want to sit at the final with somebody I knew I could beat. Sorry to say that. Yes, I'm throwing shade, but Nick I knew would have been a tough opponent, and it would have been closer than going up against you or Stacy. Sorry,
Well,
Stacy, I love you.
I
Well, that's
can't
why you got
hate.
eliminated when I won that round.
Yeah, can you explain that decision for me? Like, why'd you cut Tori and not Kendra? Obviously, it was the right decision because you won.
Well, yeah, I felt like Tori would have won hands down. So, I mean, I was like,
why do you think that?
I think his game was more visible to players, maybe. I don't know. I just felt like if it was me and Tori up there together, Tori would have gotten the majority of the votes. And so that's why I eliminated Tori. I felt like it would be a little more even with Kendra and I up there together.
Tori, how did you feel when you were like sitting there and your fate rested on Stacy? Were you surprised? Did you know that this was the direction that it was going to go? What was I can't even remember. What was your pitch? What were you hoping for? All that stuff.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. If she didn't, I thought it would have been very, very, very stupid of her. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm like, if she does take me, she just lost. If she takes Kendra, she won. I tried to assume that I knew how the jury was going to vote, and I assumed right. I really did. I wanted Kendra to have a good speech. I wanted her to sway my decision, but I just felt that Stacy had the better game. But I knew Ravenclaw had their Ravenclaw thing. Kendra had already said that to me. Like, me and Kendra, we're kind of close. I knew Ravenclaw had their thing. So I knew if I didn't win or Kendra didn't win, that I was not making it to the final. So that's
Tori,
why
you were so close. I think you were like 3 ducks away from getting it. You had like 2 of them switched, and like you just needed to swap them, and you had it.
And on those details, we have confessionals, we have recaps, deep dives with the players too on our recap show that Bill will be hosting here every Wednesday here at 9 o'clock, covering the episodes that we can rewatch on the live streams, little clips here and there, and of course, never before seen confessionals. So someone that is responsible for getting a lot of dirt out of the cast, I'm going to hide our finalist just for a little bit again, is the special member of production, head of our, the jury roundtable or something. We are joined by production specialist Peyton. Peyton, how we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
So you've been tuning in for some of this. Quick little bit of tea before we get to our big party at the end and say a few things. Peyton, what you think?
I mean, it was a good season. I feel like all my thoughts were out there at the round table. So not really at the round table, but like after everything was done. I don't know. It was fun, like running around and like, because I had to be like very present in order for these people to tell me they had the powers. So like I kind of knew all the tea like firsthand. So that's why I was updating the production chat the whole time. But yeah, it was fun getting to like see these things firsthand that like I wouldn't have gotten if I didn't have to worry about all the powers. So like it was cool. But yeah, it was a good season, I think.
I am getting us walkie-talkies with headpieces specifically for Peyton next year because Peyton was running around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to figure out who had what frog, who's gonna get voted next. Had to ramble all of the troops for the jury roundtable. And when I got to Survive, this is something that Nikki actually had, was we all had walkie-talkies and everybody, like the
Would've been
media
so
team had their
nice.
own channel and the challenge people had their own channel. So I'm like, man, I need to do this. If not for me, it's just like I really needed to know where you guys were most of the time, and you took your job so seriously. You really, like, I think, got a lot.
I would be at one side of the house one time, and then like a player would tap me on the shoulder and be like, meet me in the other bathroom in the other house. I'm just like, okay, I have to like run to the other bathroom in the other house. But
because they want to be secretive about it, right? Like you're the only
because they couldn't just like see me walking with the player because obviously everyone would know they had something, so it had to be like very secretive. So, but it was fun.
Peyton, anything you're specifically looking for into season 3? No secrets, that's Bill's thing. But what are you looking for maybe our players to bring or anything like that?
I don't know. I told Bill, like, tell me minimal things because I just don't like to know anything because I also like to be surprised. But yeah, I'm also here to do a shot if you guys want to.
Lexi shot.
All right, so we are closing up on this podcast. We're going to invite the few people that looks like they had Lexi shots ready for prepared. Benji did a comment on that. I think Michael was ready to go as well. I'm looking at everyone's video here. Erica looks like she's got a drink ready too. So before we get the rest of the cast here, just one final Lexi shot for Queen of the Block, right? Sorry you couldn't join us, but we'll catch you on a recap, okay?
You're the queen of the motherfucking block.
Love you, birthday twin.
Sorry if I missed anybody in the background. I tried my best to get you in and out. Let's bring the majority of the cast back here. I'm going to hide myself. Bill, you're going to take over for the final recaps here of the cast here. Peyton, as production, we are hiding, and I am not. So there is that. I'm hiding.
Fuck you, Tori. I had to do it.
Oh my god.
I guess to kind of like close out before I ask Dustin to come back and kind of wrap us up is I want to know from you all what your favorite moment of the game was, and any advice that you might have for future players, because we have a lot of initial interest. I had people fill out an initial interest form, and I want to say I got like probably 20 to 30 people who filled that out. So this is pre-application. I'm invested. I want to play. So what was your favorite moment of the game, whether it was a challenge or the food or a conversation that you had with someone, and any quick tidbits of advice for a future player? I'm just going to go from my top of my screen to the bottom. So I've got Benji, and then Ray, and then Stacy, and then Erica, and then Michael, and then Tori, and then Antonio. So Benji, why don't you start us off? Favorite thing, advice.
Oh, where do I begin? I mean, any live reality game that I play has to live up to the standards of the amazingness that I got to take part in this time, so that they have a high bar to live up to. As far as advice, for anyone who's wanting to play for their first time, or maybe it's their first couple, I would say just go for it. What do you honestly have to lose? Being able to come into this experience and meeting all the beautiful people that I currently see on my screen here, best experience that I could ever ask for. You get to meet new people. It's just different from when you're on a computer screen compared to real life. Oh, I can't talk very well right now, but you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So just fucking go for it.
Awesome. What about you, Ray?
Bill, I loved your energy so much when it came to all of your competition names and descriptions. That was one of my favorite parts. Obviously, I love the comps. I love the spelling comp that I won and got to save myself. But as I said before, this was like such an incredible experience. It was inspirational. It makes me want to do so more. But to reiterate what Benji said, like, it's going to be a hard thing to live up to, because even though him and I were both here for such a short time, I feel like the whole game still had such a huge impact on us. And I cannot wait to do my next thing, but I'm also scared because it's like, oh, what if it's not good as this? So it was just such an amazing weekend, and I'm so grateful for all of you that I met. I really, no hard feelings, Nick, but I really do love all of you.
And both you and Benji used all of my condiments for these dang pies.
Listen, I said revenge on site. I meant it.
Everything.
Oh my god, that was horrible.
Eat it.
I
mean, it made for wonderful TV, but I remember turning to Dustin and being like, we let them use all of the content.
Every single one of them. It was.
I told them just to go whatever they wanted. I didn't imagine them using all of it. Like,
listen, it was whatever we felt in our spirit, and we felt a lot.
Girl,
the ancestors were talking to us. They were so for it.
As I was the worst. So any hosts out there who want to do an eating competition, I'm gonna hook you up with Ray, because Ray made the worst pie imaginable.
Can I say one tidbit about that though?
Sure.
So I purposely wanted to go all out, because in my head I knew Tori was going to go in that challenge. I felt it in my heart, and so that was the round that after I had got eliminated. So I'm like, I gotta get this boy as much as I possibly can. So I was like, put it all in.
And guess what? I didn't touch it at all.
You said no.
Serious right now.
You're like, my butt's not on the line. Nope.
Right. Tori said the Lord told
when
me
I
no.
saw him in the lineup, I was like, yes, he's gonna get it. But then when he was like, put me on, I was like, damn.
I whispered to Dewan, I'm like, please eliminate me, please.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that.
Erica, what was your favorite part and advice?
Oh my gosh, there was just so many parts. Honestly, this season trumps season 1, point blank, period. But I think my favorite was literally like getting to connect with each and every one of you guys, because obviously there was people that I knew. Like I knew Dawn from us doing Mayhem Manor and stuff, and then I like him, his wife too. So getting to meet people was fun, and then also me winning a veto was like absolutely amazing, because I'm not gonna lie, I was shitting myself that whole entire time, because I am not the best person when it comes to memory. We saw that in round 1. So to actually win it and like actually being able to get that win for myself was fun, because I don't even think in season 1 I actually won a competition. I think I literally like skated by. So like to actually earn that win was so much fun. And honestly speaking, my advice, to be honest, is just go for it. Be all in. If this is like, honestly, you don't even necessarily have to be a Harry Potter fan in order for you to be immersed into this, because Bill does an amazing job at incorporating a lot of things, as well as, the Hogwarts experience into it, that you don't necessarily have to read the books or know trivia or know certain things to like enjoy yourself. So if this is something where like you want to just dip your toe in, I promise you won't dip your toe out, because it's just absolutely amazing. So definitely go for it. Sign up. Applications come out soon. So
thank you. All right, Michael, how about you?
What am I saying? Advice?
Yeah, favorite part of the game and tips or advice for future players.
My favorite part of the game was doing the highest stakes rock, paper, scissors that I've ever done between me and Dewan. When he had 1 frog, I had 2. We were trying to decide who would get all of them. and I ended up winning that. I thought that was going to be the difference between me winning and losing. Turns out I won the rock, paper, scissors and still lost the game. So that didn't matter. And my advice to everybody is kind of like I said earlier, just have fun. And also think about the season, okay? Think about what you're representing. Come in there, play hard, make a good season, have fun, be entertaining. You only play this game once, so make your mark. That's it. Thank you.
Unless you're Erica, you played twice already. So,
One of you on this call might play for a second time.
Girl, don't tease us.
Not Erica, though. Erica's done. Your time at Hogwarts is closed. You have graduated. You are moving on.
All-Star season, just putting that out there.
Me too. I graduated production. So,
Michael, we will revisit this. What I'm calling Frog Gate on the episode of the recap that I have you, because I have so many questions for you and Duan about this little thing that you did. I don't know anything about the game because I'm just in the room wrangling you all to vote. So I don't know strategy. I don't know alliances. So these recap episodes that I'll talk about in just a few moments are going to be really interesting to me, but that's definitely a deep dive I want to take on your episode. So in that, I have lots of questions for you about the Frog Gate. Stacey, how about you?
Honestly, my favorite moments were not really game moments. They were sitting outside, talking to people and like connecting. And that's why I play. Like, that's the reason I play, is to just connect with people and get to know people. And so this is going to be shocking to everybody. But before I started playing live games, I've been playing since 2014. But before I started playing, I used to be extremely introverted, extremely shy. Shocking, I know, right? Yeah. So like, I'm getting emotional because like, I'm not even drinking, people. Like, I'm just getting like naturally emotional because it's what I do. Yeah, I used to be someone who, like, unless someone talked to me, I didn't talk to them. Really, really quiet, really like in a shell. And these games just like, I found my confidence, and I found like a part of me that like I think was missing, which is why I love them so much and why I love playing them. And it's really just that connection that you make with people. And I met some of my best friends like in these games, and yeah, that's why I play. So if like you're someone who's nervous about playing, don't look at it as the game thing. Look at it as like a personal growth opportunity, because that's what it became for me. Like, just it became a personal growth thing for myself. And it forces me to challenge myself mentally, physically, emotionally, although emotionally I don't do the greatest because I'm a crier. So still working on that part. But in this game, like everyone has said, the creativity was beyond my expectations. Absolutely amazing. Like, each challenge, the story that went behind why we were about to do what we were about to do, and how it like correlated with the Hogwarts Harry Potter world. It was so well thought out that like it just blew my mind every time. Like, yeah, I mean, I help on production on some games, and so like I was just like, whoa, this is good stuff. So if you want to play a really well thought out, really creative game, this is a good game for you to play. 100%.
Thank you, Stacey. That means a lot.
Well,
Guilty.
And I would have never guessed. You're one of the most extroverted, iconic people I know. So to see this whole full circle moment, I love this.
Yeah, now I'm the person who just randomly talks to whoever in stores. Whatever. I talked to a lady at Home Depot about plants one day, and she told me her whole life story. We talked for like 30 minutes. Ran into her at a different store like 3 weeks later, and we're like, hey! Like, we'd known each other forever. Like, whatever.
I often lay in bed at night sometimes, and I think about, I don't know if I should be praying for or congratulating the people that are going to meet Stacy tomorrow, but whoever is about to meet Stacy tomorrow is in for a treat. So I love it. How about you, Tori?
Advice I got is, just go into these things, new players, go in there and be yourself. That's exactly what I do. And I feel it gets me far. And I meet some amazing people. I'm genuine. I'm not knocking anybody else's game that lie or do whatever they do, Antonio. Love you, brother.
I already have my rebuttal ready, so just know.
I still love you. But look, I was myself. And I didn't touch the block not one time. I think Chris pointed that out to me, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. And I think that speaks values to my character, which I do hold close to my heart. So be yourself. And my favorite challenge was that stacking thing with the little,
The
what
potion.
they call it, tiny veto on Big Brother. Oh, I love that challenge.
Good. And you won that one at a very pivotal moment of the game too.
Yep, it was crucial. I just wish that it was up on something, Bill, instead of down on the ground.
I got you.
And I can't have Mike next to me again because he's the reason it took me so long because I was laughing at him.
We worked.
Yeah, that's my advice.
You, and I felt it when I was watching you all laying on the ground. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, the whole thing was, I thought it was planned out perfectly. Every single challenge, it was great. Production did a great job. Cast was great. Great group of people. Fuck you too, Erica. But that's all I got.
Awesome. Thank you. And then last but not least, our king of sneaky, Antonio. What's your favorite part of the game and advice for future players?
Okay, so my favorite part of the game was definitely when I won Quidditch, bitch. The power of veto. Very pivotal moment for me because I knew if I sat on that block, it's gonna vote my little ass right on now. My advice for players, unlike Tori, still and Tori for life, though I love you. You don't have to be yourself. Go in there and be somebody completely different, girl. This is a game. Like, we're here to compete. And even if it is just $500 is going to pay my car note or a bill. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to try my hardest. I'm going to play the social game. I'm going to play the competitive aspect of the game. Like, I'm going to do what I need to do to try to win. And I mean, I didn't get voted out. I just lost a challenge. So that speaks volumes to my social game because only one person saw what I was doing. So just go in there and play how you want to play. You don't have to necessarily lie or be loyal. Just do what you want to do to get you to the end. And then just explain it. That's all you have to do is explain it. They're going to give it to you or they ain't.
But I think the biggest aspect of everyone saying go out and play a game. And like Bill said, full applications will be posted this Friday. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't to the Big Brother Facebook page, which you'll get all the updates on that. The people that have filled out our early interest, we'll get back to you shortly to do a quick little one-on-one. But we can't wait to hear from everyone. On behalf of production, we are super excited to see the cast of season 3. And then I think, Bill, how do you want to do this? Do you want me to hide everyone and you take on the show for a little bit?
No, let's leave them on here. I think it would see their reactions. We have so many things, so many fun plans for season 3. It's really important that I challenge myself and I challenge production with every season that we do. I don't want to do the same thing over and over again. I don't want people to expect what's coming. I mean, it's Big Brother. Expect the unexpected. The staircases and the hallways of Hogwarts are ever changing, but there's always those portraits on the wall from players past that have their advice and their hands on the game, and you never know what's in store to keep up with the season 2 theme for Big Brother Hogwarts. But I can say that applications for season 3 are opening on Friday. If you did fill out the special interest form, I will be reaching out to you personally to invite you with a one-on-one conversation where we can drink our potions and flick our wands and talk about how you might impact the game and what you might like to see in future seasons and how you feel you might fit in with this family that we've created. I don't want to give too many things away, but at the end of every season, we have our cast fill out a end of term survey where I ask them questions about their favorite competitions, their thoughts about strategy time, length of the game, food situations, and they vote on the Patronus Award. And while I want to reveal the Patronus Award winner in just a few short minutes, I have a couple of things to say about season 3. Along with the cast of season 1 and the cast of season 2, we heard you. And while this is a very tough financial and logistical decision to make, we have decided, or I guess I have decided, production doesn't really know this, to extend the game by 1 day so we can give our players more time to strategize. I feel like we had a little bit more time in the beginning and not so much time in the end. And with money on the line and with investments and people kind of playing their hearts out, I just want to make sure that our players have ample time to navigate the ever-changing halls of Hogwarts and find themselves in the win. So our game, Big Brother Hogwarts, will always take place, always, the third weekend of July. We like to kind of partner it up with Harry Potter's birthday. So the game next year will start on a Thursday and end on a Sunday evening. We are hoping that we can take everyone somewhere to have a big finale celebration with food and drink when we crown the winner. So things are still kind of in the game there to kind of have a big coming together moment. So we don't have to do that specifically at the house. Not that I don't like doing it at the house, but it might be nice to like go take a shower, get zhuzhed up, wear a nice little outfit and go somewhere and celebrate the winner. So we have some exciting things planned for season 3 in regards of our finale. I really, really would love to play a super messy Big Brother mini with all of the people that have been voted out. So we'll dedicate a night to do a massive season of Big Brother where only eliminated players can enter the game again and eliminate each other. I think that would be really, really fun. So just because you're eliminated from Big Brother Hogwarts, we're going to have fun activities planned for you throughout the weekend to kind of invest, you pay to be here. And I don't want you to just sit on a couch all weekend long, which was something that we had planned for season 2, but logistically with production coming in and out and life changes, we couldn't do it. One of the biggest changes that we have for season 3, not only is it going to be a little bit longer, but it's definitely going to be a little bit harder because all good things happen in 3s, right? Or do they? I guess you'll have to wait to find out. But Power of 3 is such an iconic trope in the Harry Potter series that we can't just ignore that this is our 3rd season. So interpret that how you will. More chaos will ensue. Expect the unexpected. And the magical halls of Hogwarts are almost open and ready for new people. So if you've never played a live game before, if you've played 5,000, if you know Harry Potter or don't know Harry Potter, have only played Survivor and want to get your hands on Big Brother, have played a billion Big Brother games, but you've never played one quite like ours, please throw your name into the Goblet of Fire so it can spit you out as one of our season 3 competitors, because every season I think we're going to outdo ourselves. And season 3, just what I have on my Google Doc, is shaping up to be probably, well, I can't say that. I guess I don't really know. But I think it's going to be one of the most iconic live reality games out there. So Prod members who are watching, who have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm so sorry. We will talk about this at our meeting soon. Players who have played previously who felt like you didn't have enough time to strategize, thank you for laying the foundation for us. You were the guinea pigs of the first couple of seasons. Through you, we're learning how to do our game better. So keep the honesty in these end of term surveys and keep telling us what we need to do. If you've played the game, either season 1 or season 2, and want to kind of get your hands on the production side, whether it's casting or finding a house or coming up with a challenge, please let me know. I want to include as many people as possible. Obviously, in a Big Brother game, I can't have 1 billion people come to the game during the same weekend, just with costs and bed and stuff like that. But I want to involve and incorporate everyone that wants to have their little hand on the game. And I've loved hosting the 2 seasons that we've had. Our production team grew for season 2. I'm really excited to watch it grow even bigger for season 3. And I cannot wait to show you what we have planned for next year, because I'm losing sleep over it. That's how much fun I think it's going to be. You might not think it's fun you'll think it's fun when you're playing, but it's definitely out of this world. So to end with crowning our Patronus Award, the players vote sort of like a congenial award on who they thought was their favorite player, their best player, most strategic, most social. I mean, whatever's going on in their heads when they vote for this award. I do have to say that it was really close between 2 people, a Hufflepuff and a Gryffindor.
Oh.
But the person winning 57% of the vote, usurping Nikki, who was our Hufflepuff representative from season 1 and just hosted Survive, which again, major shout out. Nikki will be swishing and flicking her wand to cast the Patronus charm onto our newest Patronus winner. I love it. I hate that they're not here, but congratulations to my wonderful, beautiful, amazing cousin, Lexi. Your cast voted.
Yes.
Let's go.
So
that was well deserved.
Video
well
from
deserved.
you. I'll post it to the page thanking your castmates, and thank you for playing. Thank you, all of you, for playing. And if anybody has any like last words or whatever before we leave, you think we can take?
I have one thing, because I just have to thank my lovely, lovely, lovely bae for sending the edible arrangements for me that was shared by everybody, because that was just way too much chocolate. But that was honestly, I should have said that was one of my favorite moments, but that was actually definitely a nice surprise, and that got me through that day, honestly.
Awesome. Anybody else? Any final moments? Any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Make sure you subscribe to Live Reality Games for everything live reality game related, not just Big Brother Hogwarts, but anything going on, like Survive, like even Survivor Durant that is airing right now for the season finale. So make sure you watch that. But also make sure you tune in to our weekly recaps here, which we will do confessionals and do a little bit further deep dives with our players. And I can't wait. I keep going on these confessionals because Bill has no idea what went on behind the scenes, and he is dying to hear these. All these from you folks here, from the players. Thank you for the people tuning in with your comments. Follow. Make sure you put more comments. Bill or I will get back to them as best we can if you have any further questions. So that's it.
Awesome. And with our final swish and a flick, thank you for everybody that was watching. Thank you for everyone that played. Season 2 is officially over. That's a wrap. Good job, everybody. Congratulations again, Stacy. You were a wonderful, awesome winner. Congrats, Tori, for being in the final 3. Congrats, everybody else, for all of the hands that they had on the game, for the moves that they made. And I thought all of the new players who have never played this season were just amazing and iconic. So from the bottom of my heart, I mean, you may have watched my stupid little choky, teary-eyed video on that morning after. I do this because I love it, right? And to have people who love it so much more or just like me is wonderful. So thank you, Dustin, for hosting us. Thank you for helping me produce this game. And thank you, everybody, for being here tonight and for playing. And hopefully you tune in and watch next season, because your support is the best. So thank you, everybody, and good night. Are we still live?
I hit